just gotta get out of bed in the morning. Like, I've always been a heavy sleeper that would sleep in, and I always just thought I wasn't really a morning person. Sorry about the dude mowing his lawn, by the way. But I always kind of convinced myself I couldn't wake up in the morning because I wasn't a morning person. I slept too deep, and I would stay up late. Um, but every time I would get up, I would be forced to get up. Like I used to do football in high school, and I would be forced to get up at 5:30. And if I just pushed through that minute of decision making, should I go back to sleep or should I wake up? Push through that 1 minute. I would be grateful for that decision for the rest of the day. You have to go through 1 minute of pushing yourself, 1 minute of going against your automatic response to go back to sleep, to give up, to not go to the gym, skip the day, to not go on this run today. If you can push through that 1 minute, the rest is easy. Getting out of your house is easy. Doing what you need to do is easy. It's getting out of bed that's the hard part. And I feel like that's just with everything. Like starting a business, like there's these little humps in the way. Maybe a weekend, you have to push through something for an hour. And then you're gonna be grateful for that decision for months or years or weeks or whatever. And there's all these small decisions that build together. And usually they take 30 minutes. They take 1 minute. Like, if you can push through a little bit of discomfort and a little bit of inner battle, you will look back and point to that decision and be grateful for that. And I feel like getting out of bed is the clearest example of that. And I want to make this video as kind of a message to myself to just get out of bed, man. Like I so often I set my alarms for 7:30. I commit the night before. I have all this motivation, and then I mute my alarm and I set one for 9. And I hate that I do that. I can't push through the 5 minutes of annoyance of getting out of bed, opening my window, making my bed, and then my day starts 2 hours earlier. If I can push those 5 minutes, the 5 minutes isn't hard. It's not harder after those 5 minutes. The 5 minutes getting up at 9 and getting up at 7:30 are the exact same. And I'm good at pushing through that in some situations. It's easy to push through discomfort you're more familiar with. So I think consistency is also key. If you're constantly getting straight out of bed in the morning, and you don't really let yourself make that decision. You don't let yourself argue with yourself. You kind of just, you accept that I'm getting up. I'm not even gonna battle with it. You can grow that muscle, and you can make it easier. And I think that's the most important thing, especially like business is a good example because so many people have these ideas and they just have to take one more step to make it real, but they're too scared of that step, or they've never taken that step before, so they don't see it as realistic, and they mute the alarm. They say next time. And the more you do that, the more lazy you get, and the more passive you get. You don't push for more. You keep muting the alarm over and over and over, and you never actually fight through those couple minutes or couple days or couple weeks of pain to get to the goal. I know this is obvious, but I would think of myself as a pretty resilient guy, but I can't get out of bed in the morning sometimes, and it makes me angry because I mute my alarm a couple times, wake up at 10, and then I wasted 3 hours of my day just because I couldn't push through those 3 minutes of being like, fuck, and then I get out of bed, drink some water, make my bed, and then my day starts. 3 minutes. And that gives me an extra 3 hours of the day. It's not like you have to push through those 3 hours, you have to push through those 3 minutes. I'm getting a lot of these ideas from Atomic Habits, the book. If y'all haven't read it, that's one of my favorite books, and I think about it a lot. And I got up this morning, I went for a run, I got up at 5:30. And I never really do that. I got the external motivation from my friend saying, well, let's go run at 5:30. And if I didn't have that, I don't think I would have gotten out of bed. So external motivation is something that I kind of rely on. Kind of rely on other people or other events to give me motivation to get out of bed in the morning, which I don't like, but I also think it's okay, and it's a way to build that muscle and build your consistency. Um, and right now, I'm just trying to create as many opportunities to force myself out of bed than because I'm not in school right now. It's the summer. I'm not in a sport. I'm not doing anything on a schedule. I work for myself. I run my own business, so I don't need to get up. I never need to get up, and that's hard, especially for me. So I need to make you need to make a system where it's not external things forcing you to wake up. It's just something you do. It's part of your identity. And that's hard to do. It's hard to change your identity from someone that sleeps in, from someone that mutes the alarm, from a heavy sleeper, from a not a morning person, to someone that wakes up on the first try. That someone that pushes through the 3 minutes. Someone that trusts themselves and doesn't doubt they're gonna wake up the next day when they have 3 a.m. motivation and they're like, okay, I'm gonna wake up at 9 and I'm gonna wake up at 6 and I'm gonna work out. And if you keep having that and then you ignore the alarm and you wake up at 11, every other extra time you have that motivation, you're not gonna trust yourself. You're gonna be like, I'm not actually gonna do this the next morning. Like, it doesn't matter. But if you build that trust in yourself, you say, I'm gonna wake up at 6, and then you actually wake up at 6, then that motivation becomes real. That it's not just motivation that you wait for, and it's actually just a part of you. I'm a motivated person. I stick to my word. I don't flake on things. I don't mute the alarm. I can push through those 3 minutes. I hope y'all learned something from this. I mean, this channel is more learning for me. I like talking about these type of things. It helps me organize my ideas and collect what I think about topics. And also just a reminder to stick to what I say. Like, I love committing to things and actually doing it and actually proving to myself that I can go through with things. I can put weeks, months. I just signed up for a marathon in 80 days, and um, you can go around and tell people, yeah, I'm gonna run a marathon, and get that dopamine hit. People are like, oh shit, you're a good worker, all other stuff, and then not run the marathon. And that's how you lose faith in yourself. So I'm actually gonna run this marathon. I'm gonna train my ass off. Every time I have a business idea, I go through with it. I push it to its natural limit. Um, and I just need to do that in more fields of my life, like waking up in the morning. So push through those 3 minutes. You'll thank yourself. Stop muting the alarm, man. See ya.